the president's family has always been open to attacks by people who are willing to go below the belt. Especially when it comes to his wife and children. It is truly disgusting. But the person who has been targeted the most is by far his oldest daughter Ivanka Trump, who serves with her husband as an advisor to the president in the White House. One person who seemingly attacked Ivanka Trump was rapper Eminem. He joined the ranks of entertainers such as Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar of The View, a morning talk show, in his attacks on the first daughter. His recently released album that came out Friday shows exactly what his true feelings about Ivanka really are. The Conservative Tribune reported, in a track released on his new album, Revival, the now 45-year-old rapper calls Trump Aryan, and says it's time to bury him, so tell him to prepare to get impeached. He then continues his lewd, hate-filled lyrics by describing a murder fantasy of the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump. Donald Duck's son is the Tonka truck in the yard, but dog, how the F is Ivanka Trump in the trunk of my car? Got to get to the bottom of it to try to solve it. Must go above and beyond, cause it's incumbent upon me, cause I feel somewhat responsible for the dumb little blonde girl, that mother fan baton whirler that got dumped in the pond. Ivanka and President Trump weren't the only members of the family to get a shout-out on the record. Melania was next, as he rapped about making a pass at her daughter. Ivanka, stiff-arm her while I'm hitting on Melania and the song's for all ya. Real classy, Eminem. Of course, the entertainment industry is eating all of this up like candy. While the actual music is getting mixed reviews, the 405 calls the Trump bashing admirable. Here's the grand hypocrisy of all of this, though. In an interview with the New York Times, Eminem takes a play right out of the liberal handbook and describes himself as tolerant. One of the grand pillars of liberal hypocrisy is when liberals claim to be tolerant, claim conservatives need to be more tolerant, but will absolutely rip anyone who disagrees with them. So, Eminem, I have a question for you. Why aren't you more tolerant of President Trump's agenda? If you really are the tolerant guy you claim to be, why are you rapping about murdering people you disagree with? But even more than this, the double standard in the mainstream media is absolutely obvious through this new album. Eminem talks about putting Ivanka's body in the trunk of his car, but where is the media outrage? There is none. Could you imagine if a country western singer wrote a song about tossing Sasha or Malia Obama's body in the trunk of his car? To be fair, it would probably be a truck, but I digress. That despicable words spouted by this rapper are absolutely sickening. Many liberals will try and make the case that this album is just art, and that we just don't understand true art. Families of the president have always been considered to be off-limits and now should be no different. Yet Democrats and liberals have attacked Barron and Ivanka, to name a few, the most. So clearly it is not an attacking presidential families problem, it is an attacking liberal presidential families problem. It is okay to attack when the president is Republican, but you can't attack when the president is a Democrat. It's a total double standard. There should be a universal standard held by all and everyone. Attacks of a kind against the president's family are never acceptable and will never be tolerated. The Hill reported, a spokesman for Ivanka Trump didn't immediately return ITK's request for comment. The song is reminiscent of past tracks from Eminem, including Kim in '97 Bonnie and Clyde, in which he rapped about murdering his then-wife. On another Revival song, Eminem boasts about making a pass at First Lady Melania Trump. Eminem expressed frustration in a radio interview last month that Trump hadn't responded to his freestyle or earlier taunts. I feel like he's not paying attention to me, Eminem said. I was kinda waiting for him to say something, and for some reason, he didn't say anything. It's far from the first time an entertainer has skewered the president in a gruesome manner. Earlier this year, comedian Kathy Griffin created a firestorm after posing for a photo depicting a decapitated Trump. First Lady Melania Trump called the snapshot disturbing, and questioned Griffin's mental health. Griffin apologized, but later retracted her apology. Last month, Snoop Dogg shared an album cover that showed him standing over Trump's dead body. The latest album release attacking Ivanka is just another example of how our society has been degraded. Share if you agree that this type of musical interpretation and attack against the First Family is unacceptable. Follow us on Facebook at Freedom Daily.